my beautiful people. Coach Bear from my favorite spot, somewhere in the greatest state of Texas. I want to shout out to Stephen Kuhn in Budapest, fellow veteran, Army guy. Because this morning I was listening to him and he said, take the time to get out, go to your favorite spot. Today being Cinco de Mayo, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what is Cinco de Mayo, why do we celebrate it, what is important. Why do we in the States think, erroneously, that today is Mexican Independence Day? We cannot be more wrong. Today, Cinco de Mayo is a celebration of the Battle of Puebla. The Battle of Puebla was the war between the Mexican and the French army. In 1862, those of you that remember, you pay attention in high school, remember that in 1861, just a year before, the states like Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi seceded from the Union. And then in 1861, at the end of 1861, the Confederate States were formed. What does that matter? How does this all relate to? Well, it's pretty interesting because actually, at that point in time, Abraham Lincoln was the president of the United States. Benito Juarez was the president of Mexico. And Napoleon III was the big guy in France. And France had the most powerful army at that time. So Napoleon, being a great military strategist that he was, said, well, there's a lot of turmoil in the United States, so this will be a perfect time to go and take over Mexico, which is not that powerful, come in and move up and take over all the turmoil that's going on in the States and go and invade the United States. This started, believe it or not, 1838 to 1839 with the Pastry War, what's known as the Pastry War, La Guerra de los Pasteles, because there was a French chef, pastry chef in Mexico City that made some cakes and some pastries for the government, and he didn't get paid. And yes, he submitted a formal complaint to France, and that's how the first French-Mexican intervention started. And from there, it developed into the Battle of Puebla, when Napoleon III brought his army to Mexico and wanted to take over. But again, a lot of people don't know that his military tactics and his military strategy, his military intentions, was to finish in the United States and take advantage of what was going on at that time here in the States. This has become a huge marketing and advertising machine. We have Doritos and Bud Light and Budweiser and all the sorts of Patron and Cuervo and everybody, sponsors. It's a big marketing machine. But really, the true meaning of Cinco de Mayo and why is it so strong and why is it celebrated in the States? Because that's when, with a much weaker and with a much more unsophisticated army, the Mexicans kicked Napoleon's army back where they came from. And that thwarted his plans to move up and come and invade the United States. So the takeaway is, no, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, but it's good to know that back in the day when Lincoln was president and Benito Juarez was president of Mexico, the Mexicans kind of saved our ass when it came to Cinco de Mayo. So this is Coach Bear. Be safe, be strong, be happy.
Te pido un segundo más de vida para darte y mi corazón entero entregarte. Un segundo más de vida para darte y a tu lado para siempre yo quedarme.